What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're having issues dealing with hecklers, stick around because I'm going to teach you my top 3 card tricks to slay any heckler. Check this out. Just before we get into the card tricks though, I do ask that you subscribe to my channel. I upload every week and it's really fun content, and if you like the video so far, even though it's been about 30 odd seconds, give it a like. I'll wait for you. Now, the biggest tip that I can give you when dealing with a heckler is number 1, you must always treat them with respect. No matter how rude or how much they're trying to ruin what you're doing, respect is the number 1 key. You must respect every audience member regardless of what they're doing. And my solution to dealing with a heckler is this. I use tricks that don't require sleight of hand. Okay, and you're probably thinking, oh, but how? Well, I'll show you. Check these tricks out. This first trick I call and one. Basically, you take a pack of cards, you take them out, and you give the cards to the spectator to shuffle. And they can shuffle the cards as many times as they want. You then ask the spectator to deal any amount of cards that they want onto the table, and they can literally stop wherever they like. You then say to them, are you happy to stop there? They'll say yes, but because they're hecklers, they will probably keep going. So once they've stopped, you then throw the box onto the table and say, hey, check out what's inside the box. I made a prediction. They will then open up the box and they will see that it says, for example, you will stop on the 6 of spades. They take the card that they last dealt, they turn it over, and of course it reveals the 6 of spades. Here is the explanation to the trick that I call and one. And yes, it is very, very simple. You probably figured it out watching it because you're a magician. If you didn't, it's very deceiving. So basically, the box isn't gimmicked at all. All you have to do is put you will stop on the 6 of spades or whatever card that you want. And then you need to have that 6 of spades on the top of the pack. And then you have the cards inside the box, and then you're ready to go. And here's what you do. When you open up the box, you need to obviously cover the little prediction there because you want to surprise that at the end. And so here's how you do it. When you open it up, you basically open it with your whole hand, slide it underneath. Okay, so one more time, just push it open, slide it underneath, and obviously they can't see the prediction at all. And then you drop the cards out into your hand, and then at the same time you use your right hand to lift that flap up and cover it and leave it like so. And the spectator's obviously over here, so they're not going to see that. Now you've got the 6 of spades here on top. You need to catch a pinky break underneath it, and in the motion of closing up the box, you simply put the flap back in, and now you do a double grab. Basically, you're grabbing the 6 of spades and the box at the same time. So it's underneath, and you just simply drop it on the table. Now, you do need to practice that part a little bit, simply because sometimes when you drop the card, it can stick out like that. That's obviously not very good. So, basically, just try and get it as square as you can, and then just place it onto the table. And then from here, the trick's done. You just tell the spectator, oh, actually they can shuffle the cards first. There's a few cuts if they want, and they can deal as many as they like. So important, this part, that you get them to just drop the cards on the table. Because if you have it all square and flush, when you go and put the box on top, you have to do it perfect. However, if you have the cards messy, it doesn't matter how you drop the box on top. So you just say, look, just stop anywhere you want. Let's say they say stop there. You grab the box and the cards, so you've got to squeeze either that way or this way, and you just drop the box on the top. And then you tell them to open it up, and they'll see the prediction, and all you've done is you've dropped the 6 of spades to the top. And then they open up the box and they'll see you will stop on the 6 of spades, and then they go here, and that's how it's done. Very, very simple. Now this next trick, is a mind reading trick. And basically what happens is you deal an amount of cards on the table, and what you do is you explain to the spectator, this is a very, very special deck of cards because they tell me a lot about you. And as you do that, you point to the cards and say, I'm going to ask you a very, very private question. But before I do, I'm going to make a prediction from this pack of cards here and leave it lying on the table. You then ask the spectator to think of their date of birth. You then ask the spectator to think of the day and the month that they were born. You gather the cards together, you hand them to the spectator, and you tell them for every letter and number of their date of birth, you take a card. For example, 28 November, you will take 1, 2 for 28, and then N, O, V, E, M, B, E, R, and keep them aside and don't show me how many you have. You take the rest of the cards from the spectator and you lay out that pathway as you did in the beginning, and you tell them there's no way I can know what date you were born, what date and what month. Obviously they're going to say no, there's no way you can know. Well, you say to them, I want you to spell your date of birth starting with the numbers and then the month. So for example, the 28th of November, we will go 2, 8, N, O, V, E, M, B, E, R. The card that we stop on, you push out in front and you say to them, do you remember the card that I put down as a prediction in the beginning? You turn that card over and you say there's no way I could have known what day you were born or what month. You turn their card over and it matches perfectly. Now this next trick here is one that I've taught previously in a mind reading video I did way back in the beginning when I started my channel, but I thought it needed more credit because it is a very powerful trick and no one will figure out how it's done simply because it's all mathematical. So basically this pack here is going to be my prediction pack. All you have to do is deal 15 cards on the table, and by the way, the cards can be shuffled as well. You can shuffle them as many times as you want. So you deal 15 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But you do it in your head. And then on the 16th card, you have to peek that one there. So we've got 15 here, the 16th card's here. You then have to push it up like so and quickly peek. And you do that in the motion of saying, look, we've got all these cards on the table. Do you see that? It's just a quick peek. Now I've got the Queen of Diamonds here. And you say these cards are very special because it tells a lot about who you are. Now you gather them up in the same order and you say, before we do anything, I'm going to make a prediction. And that prediction card is the one you just peeked. So it's the Queen of Diamonds, which is right here. And then you leave it face down on the table. And then you're good to go. All you do from here is ask the spectator to think of their date of birth. For example, we'll use 28th of November. That's when I was born. So for each letter and number, you need to count one card. So 28, so there's two numbers there. It'll be 2, 8. They do this in their head. N, O, V, E, M, B, E, R. And they keep those to themselves or hide them in their pocket, and they give you the rest back. And then all you do is you count those 15 cards again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And at this point, it's all your presentation. You just say, there's no way I could know when you were born, etc., etc. And then you say, when were you born? 28 November. 2, 8, N, O, V, E, M, B, E, R. You push that towards the prediction and you say, look, this is the prediction I made in the beginning. And then you show yours. Ta-da! And you get your round of applause. Now the last card trick on my top 3 list is a card to pocket, and it's the most simple card to pocket you will ever do. Basically what you do is you have a card selected, and let's say they choose the 2 of clubs, and the heckler or the spectator can sign the card across the face like so. And you then put the cards back into the packet, but before we do, we give them a little shuffle. We place them back inside the box like so, and then they just go back into your pocket. And you explain to the spectator that before we put the cards back into the box, did you see me sneak one into my pocket? You show your hands are completely empty, it's all clean, and you reach inside, and just like that, you find their selection. Ta-da! Now, if you know anything about card to pocket routines, you know that they require a lot of palming. This one here, however, is super simple. Now, all you do is you ask a spectator to choose a card. Let's say they've got the Jack of Diamonds right there. And what you do is you shuffle the cards and make sure you control that Jack of Diamonds to the top in any fashion that you like. And so you control it to the top. And then you place the cards back into the box, like so. And then what you do, they actually do go in there, you just squeeze the side and you see how the cards pop out? You see that? So that's their selection on top, and you just put the flap behind their selection, like so. And all you have to do is just access it like that. Okay, so I'll do that again. So you quickly just pop it out, put the flap behind it, and then you're ready to go. Now, once you've got the card in that position behind the flap there, all you have to do now is place the cards into your pocket, like so. Now this is the exposed view, and when you reach inside, all you do with your middle finger is make contact with the card and you just slide it out. Okay, so now it's in the pocket, you reach inside and slide the card out in one go. And so all it's doing is coming out like so, and you show the spectator. So in the pocket, and then you pull it out and you get your round of applause. The easiest card to pocket you'll do. Now before I wrap this up, I just want to say a couple of things. All spectators and hecklers should be dealt with the utmost respect, okay? As much as you think that they're assholes, you really do need to respect them. I've never understood exactly why people heckle, but the only things that I can think of is they're not getting the spotlight, they can't do what you can do, and they just want to be the limelight. They want to be the center of attention. Although they are like that, you must treat them with a lot of respect. I appreciate you guys sticking around to learn my top 3 card tricks to deal with hecklers. Even though they are simple, I must remind you that practice them a lot, because you will fool people, because the methods are all so different to what you're used to. Have lots of fun with it. Subscribe if you're new here, hit the like button, make sure you share the video as well. Try and get this video to 100 likes if we can. I love you guys. Remember, there's no one more important than you, so take good care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.